Good morning and welcome to my little weekend Christmas vlog. So I don't really have much going on, but I do want to kind of get more into the spirit since my 2025 yearly goal was to do more seasonal reading. And I do have a few kind of Christmas-y winter books. Not really, honestly. I did kind of make a short a couple days ago where I went to Barnes & Noble and I did go Christmas shopping. So I'll show you the two books I have here. So I have Twisted Love. I know this one is definitely not Christmassy, but you know what? Right there. It says ice. So we're going to say it's wintry. The color of this, like the light blue and the white, gives off like a winter vibe. So that is an option, but I have this one too, which I did hear it's spicy, so I hope it's not like that spicy. I think that I've never read like a hockey or like a figure skating romance type book, and I hear a lot of people say that this author is pretty good, and I've never read anything from her, so I figured I might as well just give this one a try. So I'm leaning towards this one, but I feel like I do this in a lot of my vlogs, but I'm gonna go get my hair done. So I do think that I might just want to bring my Kindle instead of an actual book because it's a little bit easier to travel with and kind of like put down if she needs me to get up to like go to like the hairdryer section or like the washing station. So I do have my Kindle here, and I might have a couple options that I could read on here. I know for a fact that I have like, I think it's called like the Christmas like book hunt or something like that, and I have it on like my Kindle and Audible, so I can like listen and read it. So I think that might be the pick that I do, and that one for sure is a Christmas book, so I'm leaning more towards that one. I'm looking through my list right now. I don't really think that I have any other Christmas books, so those honestly might be the three that I read. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Christmas book hunt. It says it's a short story, so it's only 127 pages. I actually might be able to finish that while I'm getting my hair done, potentially, because I do have to kind of sit a while to like get the bleach to like set. I don't know hair terms, but you know what I mean, because like my roots are all brown and like down here is like the blonde. But I think then when I come back home and after I finish the book for my Kindle, we could probably start this one because I feel like this one gives a little bit more wintry vibes. But I really don't have much planned for this weekend. There is on Sunday a Christmas farm that I'll be going to that I don't know how Christmassy it is, but I will be petting some cows, so I'll bring you along for that. But other than that, it's just a weekend full of reading, and I'll be updating you guys. And I finally finished school, so I'm on Christmas break, so there will be no me telling you guys, oh, I actually have to go do homework. I actually can't read. I didn't finish my book because I had to study. There is none of that because as of yesterday, I completely finished, so I am free to just read. And it feels so good to get back into reading because I definitely hit a reading slump and I didn't want to read. So I have 3 very interesting books here, and I just want to start them all and finish them all. Is that possible? Let's be realistic. No. But I do think that I can get through the Kindle book and I can start Icebreaker, and then we'll see if I'm able to get into Twisted Love. But that's pretty much all I have for today. I will probably more likely update you guys after I get my hair done. Then you guys can see the before and then after. But yeah, that's all I have to say. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video, and let me know if you're reading any Christmas books below. That way for next year I have more ideas, because going into the store I was like, I don't really know what to get. So I got wintry-esque books. But for now, I'm going to start reading the Christmas book hunt. Okay, so here's my hair like 3 hours later. Definitely went darker, but I just really like the copper more than I like the blonde, so I'm okay with it. But I didn't honestly get that far in, but it is an easy book to finish kind of fast. So I got 17% in, and I've listened to the audiobook for it while kind of like following along on Kindle, but I don't think I like the girl who's talking. The story is British because they're calling the mom Mum, and the girl who's doing the audiobook, she has like a British accent, so that's interesting. But other than that, I haven't really like formed an opinion much on the book yet. I guess it's about like finding a book, which is, you know, the whole title, Christmas book hunt. So she's like actually like on a hunt to find a specific book for her aunt who got diagnosed with cancer, and she's basically just like saying like this would make me feel like better. So that's all I know so far. I'm thinking we probably met like the guy, if this even is like a love interest book. What if it's not and I just made that up? I don't know. Possibly met the guy, but I'm on chapter 6. I'm gonna keep listening to it, especially because I'm gonna make dinner right now. So I will listen to the audiobook while I eat, and then potentially tonight I might go look at Christmas lights. So that would be a Christmas activity. But so far I don't have much to say about the book, just that I've started it, and just wanted to update you on my hair. So I figured I'd update you guys. I ended up finishing the audiobook, Kindle book, last night. It was definitely a short story because I felt like there wasn't much going on. There was a romance in there, but it was barely anything. Like they kissed one time and it was mainly just mild like flirting and conversation. Would I recommend the book? No. I think I gave it a 2 out of 5. I just felt like nothing was really happening. It literally was what the title said. It was a Christmas book hunt. So she was looking for a specific book for her aunt. And apparently it was this rare book that nobody knew if it actually existed. But they were like finding clues that it actually existed based off of the main character. And so then a bunch of other people wanted the book and were trying to, I guess, like con her before she got the book. And I guess like the guy love interest was also somebody trying to con her, but ended up giving up the job for her. It honestly didn't even feel very Christmassy. So it was kind of weird that it was even a Christmas book. They could have just made it a random short story because nothing was really talking about Christmas. Like they kind of glossed over the holiday. But at least I can say I read a Christmas book, technically. And then this morning I just picked up this one. And I'm 40 pages in, so that's really not much at all. It's a bigger book than I thought it was going to be. But on chapter 5, it switches between the two main characters. So it switches between her point of view and then his point of view. And I am kind of confused so far. Like the fact that we're 40 pages in and I don't know the whole plot. If there even is a plot. Because basically, she's a figure skater, he's a hockey player. Something happened on like the hockey people's side where their rink got destroyed. And the crazy part is I predicted it before they even said it. I was like, how are these two like paths gonna cross? I was like, they have to be sharing the same rink. And yes, they have to be sharing the same rink. And they do, they have to, because theirs is destroyed. But we haven't gotten anywhere. Like that's all we know, so I don't know like what's meant to happen in the story. It's basically just like straight flirting. Like she has this guy she's hooking up with. She also has a partner in figure skating who seems to be like very protective of her. He apparently flirts and gets around with a lot of girls. And so it's just like that's all we're really talking about is both of their relationship status, and nothing is really happening plot-wise, kind of like outside the romance. And I just like want something else to happen. Like I love a good romance book, and I know the whole point of a romance book is to mainly like, you know, focus primarily on the romance and the relationship between the two characters, but I need plot. And I feel like I always compare romance books to Emily Henry because I feel like she does such a good job at setting up a specific theme or thing that's going to happen in the book, and based off of that, then the love interest, you know, like they come together. But there's really nothing set up here. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. They both have like games or tournaments or whatever, obviously, because they're both on like a team. But there's no like big goal that we've been told that we're trying to achieve. So I just kind of feel like I don't know where this is gonna go, and if we're only focusing on the romance aspect. But I mean, I am only 40 pages in, so hopefully we'll get there soon. But I think that that's kind of crazy for me to say in a romance book, that I want a little bit more plot and a little less romance. But it's kind of where I'm at right now. It's not a bad book, so I'm definitely going to continue reading it. But I'm just hoping that something more intriguing happens rather than just talking about who each of them are interested in. Because that's kind of boring. But that's all I really have to update you with. I'm not doing anything special today. I have nothing Christmassy planned. So I just get to sit here, lay in my bed, and read my book. So I will definitely have more to update you guys on either later tonight or maybe tomorrow. But that's just kind of the standpoint I'm at with the books. And maybe this is just me also coming out of a reading slump. I feel like I'm definitely more picky on my books lately. I just feel like it's taking a lot more for things to grab my attention. Like I'm just feeling very easily like bored maybe by things, because I'm just like, give me something. But I'll keep reading and I'll let you know if my opinion changes on this book later. I think it's funny when I talk to you guys and I say something about a book, about something that I don't like, and then the book just does it. It's just like, here, dang, you wanted it. So everything that I talked about in the last time I talked to you guys became clear. I found out the relationship stuff, so that all kind of got figured out about how these two are going to end up together. I think we have a villain, which I didn't expect this person to be a villain or like the bad person. At least they're kind of coming off bad. Like not one person in the book is kind of like getting along with them. And then also found out that she is trying to get into the Olympics. So we have a plot, we have a goal. I'm not sure what his is. I don't think it's the Olympic, but I know he's trying to obviously like win the hockey games, but we at least have plot. A little bit. A little bit of plot. We're still mainly focusing on the relationships, and even though not all of them are romantic, it's still like a lot of like friendship relationships rather than, you know, figure skating and hockey. It's not a lot of that. It's just a lot of dialogue and talking. But I'm not disliking it. I think the last 2 chapters that I read last night, I know unfortunately I haven't gotten much more into it, but the 2 or 3 chapters that I read last night, they did kind of, you know, push it along, give me more information, and I did really like it. So I'm still going strong in this book. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how much I'll be able to get done today because I do need to get ready. I need to finish like restyling my hair. I need to put my contacts in and do some makeup because I'm going to go to like a Christmas farm. I think I told you guys this earlier in the video, but I'm gonna go with my best friend and there should be like cows there and some nice Christmassy like decorations. So I'm gonna get ready for that. There's a chance we might stop at a bookstore. I wanted to go to a place to get hot chocolate, but they close at 2 p.m. and I'm not gonna be ready by then. And I think she's not gonna be ready by then. So I think a bookstore would be nice. It's pretty close to the farm and I can probably show you guys and take you along for all of that. But yeah, that's kind of all the update I have. So I'll probably just see you when I am all ready to go. I feel like the sun is horrible, but I have no reading updates. I'm just on my way to go pick up my friends and then we will go to a bookstore and then the Christmas farm. I have been reading, but it's more of like listening to an audiobook. I'm listening to The Little Woman on Spotify. Sorry, I feel like the lighting is so bad. But I have 4 more hours left in that book. I know that's not like the holiday book that I meant to read. There's definitely nothing about Little Woman that is Christmassy. But I read it a while ago for a book club and I only read like half of it, so now I'm finishing up the other half and I wanted to finish it before the year ends. So technically I am reading, I'm just not reading Icebreaker. So that's kind of all the bookish update I have. So you'll kind of just see while we get to the bookstore and the Christmas farm a little bit later. I genuinely like don't know where to even like what to say. I didn't record anything yesterday. I just went to my sister's and then I didn't record anything today. So it's been 2 days since I showed you guys the whole like Christmas farm, but I honestly don't even know how much I recorded there, so if there's barely anything, I'm sorry. But it was a really good time. Like we had, it was pretty cheap. There was a petting zoo. I think that was like the biggest thing that they had was like the whole petting zoo. Like there was like an alpaca, llama, goats, sheep. And then they had a section where you could like pay to hold baby goats, and then a section where you could like sit and pet like a Highland cow. So that was really cute. They had like foods like hot chocolate, funnel cake, and stuff like that. They had other things you can like walk around and look at, but I feel like the majority of everything was more the animal aspect, so it was really cute. I really enjoyed it. And then yesterday I just went to my sister's and we just kind of like hung out. Didn't really do anything Christmassy. We just she did my nails. That's Christmassy. They're like blue. I don't really know if you could see, but they have like a reflection. So I know you're watching, Nicole. Thank you. But and then today I had a dentist appointment. I had a freaking cavity filled. So my mouth, like the whole bottom half and like my tongue was like all numb. So when I came home, honestly, I just wanted to go to bed because I didn't like the way it felt, and it kind of was freaking me out about it being so numb, and I didn't know when it was going to go away. So I just came home and slept, and then I woke up, made food, and I've been scrolling on TikTok for over an hour. So I haven't done any reading. And I know that the whole point of this was supposed to be like a weekend reading vlog. I think I made one more chapter like type progress in here. I'm still really liking it. Like it's not smutty so far, thank God. We are connecting a little bit more with the ice skaters or the figure skaters and the hockey player. Like they had to do like almost a speed dating type situation, but they just had to get to know each other because I guess they weren't getting along like on the rink. They were still fighting over like schedules and stuff. So that was literally the last thing I read. So I'm not sure if I'll update you again. I know I want to read more tonight, but I'm also just like, I feel so exhausted. I think I just did so much these past few days that like my body is breaking down. But tomorrow is Christmas Eve. So I'm definitely probably not doing anything tomorrow. So let's keep it going for one more day. That way I can hopefully at least get halfway through this book just so we can say we read. I know I finished one book, but it was kind of like, not to be mean, but it was kind of like a lame audio Kindle book. And I want to actually read something that I'm more invested in and have more like a say, if that makes sense. At this point I feel like I'm just rambling. But if you've made it this far, thank you. That's supposed to be half a heart. But so I'll probably just read tonight and then tomorrow I'll read. So I'll just update you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be in more of a reading mood. I'm just feeling super tired and just like lazy tonight where I don't want to do anything. And I'm going to allow myself to just have that moment because I am still getting out of a reading slump and I don't want to like make myself feel like I'm forced to read if I'm just like in a mood where like I want to relax. But that's all I have to say. I hope I've showed enough clips from the farm that was interesting enough. If not, so sorry, but I had a fun time. Merry Christmas! I have been reading, yes I have. I am over 100 pages in now. I felt like I was feeling fine about the book, but now I'm at the point of like, I'm so irritated I kind of like don't want to continue. Because it's exactly the complaint I was having earlier where I felt like it was just 99% romance. I know this is supposed to be a romance book, but it is very like spicy. And there's really nothing going for the plot. It's literally all just the guy trying to get with the girl. And he's literally being the nicest, most respectful man ever. And she's getting mad at him. And she's being like such an avoidant. And it's just bothering me so bad that I just like, I'm starting to not like her. And I'm like, how am I gonna get through more than half of the book still if I'm not liking the main girl character? And I feel like, again, there's still like nothing plot-wise that's like happening. Like, both of them won their games or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like that sucks that I'm being like negative about a book, but I'm just not necessarily like feeling it. Like, I'm still liking it enough, but it's just like, I don't know, but it's Christmas, and I will see if I can get more reading done today. But this will definitely be the last day for this vlog. I know this was definitely supposed to be a weekend vlog, and here we are, more days later. But I at least wanted to get more reading done in this vlog. That way there was actual like book content instead of just me rambling and saying, oh, I did things but I didn't record it. So we'll see how today goes when I wake up. Honestly, I'm not feeling tired at all. So I'll see when I fall asleep. Maybe I'll keep reading a little bit more. Because like I said, it's not bad, but this is probably like the 4th time she's gotten mad at him and he hasn't done anything. So I'm just like at the point I'm like, this is so like redundant. I wish I had something positive to say, especially coming out of a reading slump. Like, I don't want to dislike a book. I don't know. I will go a little bit further, see if I'm still feeling the same. If I reach the halfway point, I most likely will just like stop. Because I think that's something I want to definitely practice going into the next year, is not forcing myself to keep reading a book that I'm not like really feeling. So that's kind of all the update I have for you, and I will just let you know a little bit later what's going on. Alright, so it is officially Christmas. I know I said that last night, but that was at like 12 in the morning. I have just kind of spent all day with family opening presents and eating, and then we're going to play some games. But I wanted to close out this vlog. I will definitely be continuing Icebreaker. There go my stuff. I honestly didn't get much further since the last time I updated you because I just kind of went to bed and then I haven't read it all today. But like I said, I'm just going to continue giving it a chance, and I don't really have much else to say. I don't think I voiced this opinion. This is one more thing, and unfortunately I hate that everything I'm saying is like a little bit negative, but I've never read a book by Hannah Grace before, and the way she writes is fine, but it's almost like she doesn't exactly represent men right. Like, the way she's having them think, or like talk, I guess like the main guy character, pull the book out, which is Nathan, so he goes by Nate. Just kind of when we get to his chapters where it's supposed to be in his point of view, it doesn't really feel like I'm reading from a man's point of view. It feels like a very like feminized in a way, like man, just because he's so like, and I feel like maybe this is like, I hope this isn't like sexist, but it's like, it feels like he's so very in touch with his emotions and he's always considering her and he just wants to be her friend, nothing more. And it's almost just like the way he thinks. I just feel like, I don't know if like men necessarily like think that in depth. It feels like it definitely has like the female gaze, the female touch, to where I'm like, I don't know if men are exactly like that. Like, of course there's good men out there who are like that, but I just feel like, I don't know how to exactly like word it. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I still like it, but again, it's just very romancy and kind of spicy, and not much plot. But the characters are likable, other than the fact that for some reason she keeps just deciding to not like him. For like reasons where I'm like, okay girl, like you could get over that. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about this book. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm going to continue reading it. And I will continue this vlog in like a separate video, because I kind of want to do like a yearly wrap-up video, because I'm in the middle of 3 books right now. I'm trying to still finish Little Woman, which is an audiobook. I'm now in the middle of that, and then I'm also reading The 7-Year Slip, which I have on my desk over there, or on my dresser. And I don't know if I'll actually be able to get all those books read by the end of the year, but I at least like want to try to finish like 1 or 2. There's a couple things I still have to do with my bullet journal. I do want to go over my Goodreads. So there are more things, at least one more video that should come out by the end of this year, and I'll probably make it a vlog just because I'm going to go to my sister's for New Year's, and I kind of would like to record a couple of things. So I guess if you're looking forward to that, there will be another video. But really quickly before we go, I just wanted to share the things that I got for Christmas, because I felt like everything was pretty good, pretty much what I asked for, and I just wanted to share because a lot of it is bookish. I'll go through the non-bookish things first. Hand sanitizer. These ones have been like going all over the place, like on the internet, and like everybody has them. I've never used them before, but just hand sanitizer. Got 2 different scents. I also got like a really cheap digital camera. I will not be using this for recording, but I like the aesthetic of like the older, not like great quality type pictures. The whole point of like the vintage kind of digital cameras, and I'm not afraid to like take this out and like damage it. Meanwhile, like the camera I'm using here to record is like my Sony like vlogging camera, and like that one kind of scares me sometimes to bring outside because I don't want anything to happen to it. But this one, like, I just want to practice taking more pictures, like when I'm out with friends, just like random things. And it's kind of nice to not have it all on my phone where it takes up like storage, I guess, if that makes sense. So I'll be giving this a try, see if I like it. I took a couple pictures today and it was pretty easy to work. It reminds me of my Sony that I use. And then right now, my camera is on a new stand, which this one works for my actual camera and it'll also work for my phone. So it's a lot taller than my old tripod, which was super short. So I'm pretty excited to continue using this. Like, my skills for making videos, I swear they're gonna get better in 2026. They really, really are. And then I just got some of these, which are just like, you can see it without the glare, but they're just like little dust plug charms. So I have like a little bear and then I have a bow, and they're just supposed to go at the bottom of the Kindle. So I'm really excited to put the bear in. He looks so cute, but the bow is cute too. And the bow is like a pink shade, which matches like the back of my Kindle because I have like a paper fill-in. So there's that. I just got like a Dutch gift card, a planner, which I'll definitely be using for school. And then speaking of school, since I'm in nursing school, I just got some like pen lights, bandage scissors, and I got like a clipboard with a couple of like nursing notes and everything on it, so just so I can put my papers in it when I go to the hospital. And then we've officially reached all the book stuff. So I got this one, this Violent Light, and I have heard about this book. I think I first heard it possibly either on TikTok or Instagram. I don't know, but it's supposed to be kind of like the Vampire Diaries. I think that's where I heard it. I think the author like made something where maybe it's in the oh yeah, it says, "To those who cried because Klaus was not Caroline's last love, I wrote this for you. I promise to not F it up." A Klaus and Caroline romance? I can't wait to read this. I so badly want this to be like the book club pick with me and my friends. I'm like gonna vouch for it so hard for January. It's honestly like not even that big. So I'm pretty excited for this one. And The Summer I Turned Pretty. I've never read these books. I have never watched the show. I know that it ended this summer, but next summer, this one that's coming up, I'm gonna read all 3 of them, and we're gonna do like a wine and a book because I haven't done one of those since the very first one. I have an idea for another video on that series, but I haven't done it yet. But this one will definitely be getting done, so if you're looking forward to a review on The Summer I Turned Pretty, it will be happening this summer, I promise you, because I've been wanting to read this for so long. And then I think I talked a little bit about reading this book, The Scarlet Veil. I definitely read it on Kindle a couple months ago, I think maybe back in October. This is a big book. It's 630 pages. When I first picked it up at the store, I swear it was not this big. I don't know, unless my brain just like completely took it out. This was a really good book. Like, this was, oh my gosh, this was just like peak Wattpad to me. Yes, I read it in October, like around Halloween time, and I kept comparing it to Wattpad because it's like a vampire human like romance book. It just reminds me of the Vampire Diaries and like Twilight and stuff. It was really good. It's YA, so there's not a lot of like romance aspect where it gets to be like too much. It's just a very slow burn, and the ending was definitely cliffhanger, so I so badly wanted to jump into the second book, but you couldn't get the second book on Kindle, so that's why I put it on my list. And this is the second book, so this one honestly and this one, like, oh my gosh, they kind of like match a little bit. But 2026, maybe I'm going to be in my vampire era, because I want to read these ones so bad. These are totally going to be like top of my list priority. But this one's a big book too. I think I flipped into it earlier and it was like 615. But that is it. Those are the things that I got. And it was a really good Christmas. And I hope all of you guys had a good holiday season and are looking forward to New Year's. There are so many new goals I'm going to have for the next year that I will go over with you guys in the next video. But as always, links to follow me anywhere are going to be down below. Comment anything that you guys did for this Christmas season, any books that you've read, any books that you recommend to me, because I feel like I kind of struggled to find Christmassy type books for this season. I know there was a couple that I found at Barnes & Noble, but none of them really like piqued my interest. But that's all I have. I feel like 99% of it was me rambling and not reading, but I hope you guys enjoyed anyways, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.